Standard medical advice for retirement usually centers on diet, exercise, and medication. But these tools alone don't address the rising crisis of mental health decline and isolation currently affecting the aging global population. Today, we're looking at a study of 93,000 people that identifies a specific prescription for this crisis. We'll cover the data on hobbies, the 4 specific mental health outcomes they produce, the evolutionary reasons why they work, and how to apply these findings to your own life. A massive international study has revealed a treatment for the aging mind that is scientifically validated, requires no pharmacy, and costs absolutely nothing. This research suggests that aging gracefully involves more than just biology. It requires a personal behavioral intervention that happens in our daily lives. Researchers analyzed data from 5 major long-term studies, tracking 93,000 older adults across 16 countries. They followed these individuals for up to 8 years to see how their daily activities impacted their long-term well-being. To find a direct link, they used fixed effects models. These statistical filters strip away things that stay constant in a person's life, like their genetics, core personality, and economic history, leaving a clear look at how taking up a hobby specifically changes someone's mental health. The study population wasn't limited to the healthy elite. Over 60% of the participants were living with long-standing mental or physical health conditions, making these results applicable to the general public. They also addressed the chicken or the egg question. While healthy people are more likely to start a hobby, the data clearly show that the act of starting a hobby leads to measurable improvements in mental health afterward. The conclusion was clear. Engaging in a pastime isn't just a sign of being healthy, it is an active driver of human well-being. Participation rates vary wildly by culture. In Denmark, 96% of seniors have a hobby, while in China, the rate is 38%. Despite these differences, the mental health benefits were identical everywhere. The first outcome was a reduction in depressive symptoms. Hobbyists felt less down and more engaged. Second, hobbies boost how people perceive their physical state. Rating health better is a powerful predictor of long-term survival. Finally, the data show a direct link to greater baseline happiness and a significant increase in overall life satisfaction across all 16 nations. Across every culture, the results show that a hobby acts as a universal therapeutic intervention. Why does this work? Psychologically, hobbies provide sensory stimulation and relaxation. They also offer cognitive workouts, like learning a new skill or planning a project, that keep the brain active and adaptable. There is also a social component. Many hobbies connect us to groups and enthusiast networks, which combat the isolation that often increases in later life. From an evolutionary perspective, complex leisure activities may tap into ancient human drives for mastery and purpose. These are the same capacities that helped our ancestors survive. Rather than being a single cure, a hobby is a delivery mechanism for the social and cognitive stimuli that the aging brain needs to thrive. This evidence is fueling a trend called social prescribing. In the UK, Japan, and the US, doctors are increasingly referring patients to community-based hobby groups as a formal part of their medical care. However, the study also warns that because participation is often tied to wealth and gender, policymakers must fund accessible community spaces. If we don't, the benefits of this treatment will only reach those who can already afford it. For this to work globally, we have to treat community infrastructure, like clubs and public gardens, as a vital part of our healthcare system. To recap, a regular hobby provides the cognitive and social stimulation that lowers depression and raises life satisfaction. If you are looking for a place to start, keep it simple. The activity doesn't need to be expensive. It just needs to be something that fully engages your attention. Next, be consistent. The data shows that the mental health benefits come from regular, sustained engagement over time. And if you have aging parents or friends, support their interests. Help them find the groups or spaces they need to stay active. Sociologists refer to the years after retirement as the third age, a time of potential for productive aging and self-development. In this stage of life, a hobby is the fuel that helps write a longer, happier final chapter.